Hi guys, how you doing? Hoping that you're doing well on this, it's very chilly in the SoCal and going to be even colder tonight, I understand. Been kind of a weird sort of day weather-wise. We start out with rain, the rain stops, the wind comes, and then it snowed, and now it's so bright and clear outside. It's crazy. But it's awesome because, I mean, just like the weather, sometimes we ride the tide of whatever's happening in our life. And so, no better example to have than the weather. Sometimes we're hot, sometimes we're cold, right? Tonight we're going to jump into, I heard this little catchphrase. I heard it years ago, but it's been circling back around as many things do, okay? We already talked about there's nothing new under the sun. It always comes back around, okay? Because God's the same. We might change, but God's the same. So, this particular phrase is kind of interesting, and you can apply it to your life and see where it fits. Where the phrase is, where focus goes, energy flows. So whatever you're focused on, that's where your energy's going. Okay, if you're focused on the good, the bad, and the ugly, come on now. If you're focused on good, your energy's flowing toward the good. If you're focused on bad, your energy's flowing toward bad. If you're focusing on the ugly, you're going to see ugly everywhere, and you're going to be ugly. Come on. You're going to create ugly, okay? Because we've been talking about how we get to create and recreate, be born again and born again within to rebuild the presence and the power and the kingdom of God within us. And where your focus goes, your energy flows. There's a particular passage that has always stirred me in the scriptures in Philippians 3:10. And it's where Paul writes, he says, I want to know Christ. I want to know Christ. I don't want to know Christianity. I don't want to know the church. I don't want to know how you guys do your rules and rituals and live out your religion. I don't want to know all that. I want to know Christ. He said in Philippians 3:10, and he went on to say, he didn't stop right there. He went on to say, to know the power of his resurrection and to participate in his sufferings, becoming like him in his death, and so somehow attain to the resurrection from the dead. Okay, I want to know Christ, and I want to know the power of his resurrection. I want to know what it's like to bring life back to some dead places, okay? And that's pretty much what our study has been focused on. You guys know me. I'm about bringing life back to those dead places, those places within us that we give up, those places within us that we gave in, those places within us that we gave to somebody else. Come on. Those places within us where we tucked it in a box, in the booth, in the back, in the dark, in the furthest most closet, cubby. I want to know Christ and the power of his resurrection. I want to know what it means to bring life back to those dreams, bring life to purpose, bring life to the gifts, bring life back to the things that are important. Okay? And so as we continue in this study, I want to introduce the possibility that it is our belief system. Sometimes if we believe that we deserve something, or we've done something and we believe that we deserve ill will, or we believe we deserve something negative, don't be surprised when negative happens. Don't be surprised that when what you ponder on, you actually bring towards you. Okay? And so even in our beliefs, there's a difference between what we believe in and what we experience. Okay? Those things that we're brought up in and we're taught to believe a certain way. Maybe we were brought up in a particular part of the country, or into a particular country or nation or mindset or educational set or society set. We take on the beliefs of that just by virtue of where we came from. Okay? But just by virtue of where we came from doesn't necessarily mean, remember we talked about that a few days ago, just because someone else in your family had something doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean just because they believed in it that that's your belief. Okay, so I want to talk about belief versus experience, because when you've experienced resurrection power, you can't stop believing in life. You can't stop believing in it. It rises up, because where your focus goes, your energy flows. When your focus is on resurrection power, you see things coming to life all around you. You see the positive, you see the good things, the possibility. Even in the middle of dire circumstance, you can see something good coming out of it. You're seeing the lessons that come out of it. You're seeing the hope that can come out of it. You're seeing the other side of things. But if all you're looking at is the situation, or you're looking at the negative of it, or the death part, right? Because Jesus was in the tomb, okay? Paul's saying, I want to know Christ. I want to know the power of his resurrection. I want to know what went on up in that tomb when it was sealed and it was closed and nobody else could get in there. What happened on the inside? Ooh, getting excited. What happened on the inside? Because what happens on the inside is what matters, okay? Because where your focus goes, your energy flows. And that's more than a cute little quote. That's a reality. Because if we continue to ponder on the things that we don't have, or the negative, or this, that, and the other, then don't be surprised when everything in us goes toward the negative, or everything in us and around us goes toward the, against what we would desire. I'm going to encourage you. I started to say be like Paul, but be like you. If it's life and it's fire you want to stir it up. Fan those flames inside. Okay, to stir up the gifts and to stir up the excitement within you. Stop waiting on somebody else to do it. Oftentimes we're just like, somebody needs to do this. Somebody needs to address that. Well, you are somebody. Know tonight that you are somebody infused with life, infused with resurrection power. And I just speak to that into you tonight, that the very life inside of you, if there be dead places of dreams and desires and purpose and things that you so want, okay, I just speak life into those places tonight. Okay, I look forward already to the testimonies that are going to come from you speaking life into your own life. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Okay? Have some experiential evidence that God in you, the hope of glory, Christ in you, the hope of glory, that life is coming forth. Know tonight that you're loved greatly. You're loved without limit. We're excited for you and excited for the things that God is doing in you. And I started to say warm, but I'm not even sure. Stay warm tonight. Take your raincoats, take your galoshes, take your big old winter jacket, but also you might want to bring your swimsuit just in case. I love you. Have a good night. Bye now.